Miss Larissa with BeCozi.com is here. BeCozi.com is an American website with the biggest collection of chunky yarn in United States. We have a huge number of solid colors of chunky chenille. We also have jumbo chenille, variegated color. We have merino wool, vegan yarn, tube yarn, whatever you can find it at BeCozi.com. So visit our website, check our beautiful yarns. This video is to promote our chunky chenille yarn. We will be using misty green, and I will be making this beautiful turtle. So this is what we will be making today. I'm using misty green and I'm using silver gray. I just had a little bit left over of this yarn, and this is the like a pillow or just a stuffed animal to play. And you can use any colors you have. Like this one I made with misty green and cloud color. This is the pillow. And this beautiful pillows are pretty easy to make. It will take you probably about 30 to 45 minutes to make, maybe up to an hour if you do it slowly. And you will need a little bit less than 1 skein of BeCozi chunky chenille. And for the legs and the head, you can use half skein of any yarn you have in your house. So again, BeCozi.com, and you can make this beautiful turtle with our yarn. And I will be using these buttons today, but previously I just used a little bit of black yarn for the eyes. Anyway, if you're ready, let's get started. So we will be using this beautiful misty green color, the same that we used on this guy. And then I was using cloud color here because it's only half skein for the head and legs. And I have a little bit of silver gray color here, so that's what I will be using for this guy. So anyway, also you will need scissors, and as I said, this this eyes. I have 2 over here when we have the head ready. So let's find the beginning and start our turtle. So what we are doing, guys, we are making a knot on the end of the yarn. This knot will prevent yarn from unraveling when the yarn is used or washed, because chenille yarn can be easily washed. Place the yarn in front of you like that. Place the yarn in front of you like that, and please make sure to leave a tail at least 10-12 inches. That will be for connecting the top of the turtle. Now place the working yarn on the top, grab working yarn, pull it out, and you just made your first stitch. See this tail? That will be for connecting the top of the pillow. So what do I do now? We will pull the yarn, make the first stitch a little bit smaller. It should be about 1.5 inches. Then we'll insert our hand, grab working yarn, and pull it out like that. Now we will be making a chain of 14 stitches, guys. 14, okay? So we just make second one. Place your hand on the bottom of the stitch, of the last stitch, insert your hand, grab working yarn, and pull it out. So we have 3 stitches now, and now we will be making a chain of 14 stitches. And as I said, you need to try to make them all of the same size. So here we are. Let's count how many we have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. So one more, and we have now 14, chain of 14 stitches. So what we are doing now? Now we will be connecting this chain into a circle. So place this chain in front of you in a circle, and then this tail will go inside this last stitch, not the top of it but the bottom. So it literally will be going through two stitches, the bottom of the first one and the top of the second one. So here we're going over here. So insert your yarn here, and that's how you connected the chain. Now this tail will go inside, that it would not be on our way when we're knitting. And now we will be knitting around. So we're keeping this stitch here, we don't need this stitch, and then we will start knitting the top parts of these stitches. So insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it through the stitch. The top part of the stitch, insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out. And then keep knitting this way, all the way around until you knit all 14 stitches of this beautiful misty green color, one of our very popular colors, everybody's favorite. Let's see, so here we are. See, we just made the first row, and the tail is still going, sitting in the middle, and it actually shows us where we are starting our row. So now we will make another row the same way, guys. You simply insert in your hand, grab working yarn and pull it out. When you are done with your second row, we will connect, we will knit a little bit in different way, and I will show you how. So it's easy to see where you started because this tail is showing you. So here we are, we just made second row. So what we're doing now, we are connecting the pillow or the turtle back like that. Why we're doing it? Because this way, when we're knitting, the stitches will be closer to each other and there won't be any holes. If you keep the yarn in a circle, then the stitches will be too far from each other and you will see the opening when you're making the pillow. So now we will keep knitting the same way, simply inserting our hand, grabbing working yarn and pull it out. And when you're done with this side, you simply switch it on another side and you keep knitting this way. So here we are. This is our third row, guys, okay? Just flip on another side and we will keep knitting. Let's put the tail over here, it will be out of the way. And we will keep knitting this way until we have 6 rows. You can make 6 or 7, it doesn't really matter. So we will try to make 6. Anyway, when I have 6 rows knitted, I will come back and show you what to do next. Okay guys, so I made actually 7 rows. I think 7 rows will be looking better than 6. So what we are doing now, we are now connecting the bottom of this knitting project or the top of our turtle. So place the yarn in front of you with the bottom up, and usually when I'm closing the pillow, I'm using the top part of the stitches. In this case, we will actually be using the bottom because it will give us a more beautiful closing on the top. So what we're doing, see this top, and this is the bottom stitch. So the stitch, this yarn goes from inside out inside this stitch. Now find the next stitch, and this is the bottom part of it. So this is where goes our yarn. See what I'm doing here? So not the top, but the bottom over here. So insert it from inside out, and then keep doing it this way until you are done connecting the whole top of the turtle. And you can actually use the same way to connect the pillow if you watch my videos how to make round pillow, and connecting this way it will look cleaner on the top. So here we are. We connected the top, and then now make sure that you will go in the correct opening here, and then we will insert this tail inside these 2 stitches where we inserted the yarn previously. So 2 stitches, insert it into one and then into second one, and then pull. This way we connected our top of the turtle into a beautiful flower looking top. See? So this is the difference, guys. Here I connected into the top stitches and here into the bottom, and you can see the difference right away. So the working yarn goes inside. We're going inside. You can pull more to close it completely, and then just simply insert this tail underneath any stitch, and then pull it through this loop that you have. This way you will connect it nicely. So here we are. See this beautiful top? What do I do now? We are now closing or casting off this last row, and we are doing it in order to have this beautiful chain around the turtle. Okay, so this is our last stitch. Make a stitch from it like that, and now take this stitch on your hand, add another stitch, grab working yarn and pull it through. Keep your hand inside this last stitch, add another stitch, grab working yarn, pull it out. See this beautiful chain? That is what we are aiming for. We're making this beautiful chain that our turtle have a beautiful bottom of its body. So keep knitting 2 stitches. This yarn is almost full. 2 stitches at a time, and try to make the stitches looser, not the usual tighter knitting, but looser, because this way you will have a beautiful bottom of the turtle body. So here we are, we're almost done. We have just a few stitches, so 2 stitches at a time, and try to make them on a looser side. So here we are. We finish all the stitches. See this opening? It doesn't look good. So what we're doing, we're inserting these fingers in the previous stitch, grabbing working yarn, pull it out, and that's what we have here. And then this tail or this stitch will go inside the next stitch. Here we are. We connected our bottom really nicely. What we are doing now, guys, we are filling in this opening with the stuffing. So I have some stuffing here. So you can buy it at any craft store, or you can just use old pillow if you have one in your home. And the amount of stuffing depends on how big or how hard or soft you want your turtle to be. So I'm usually making it like medium tight, medium soft. So you see, it's pretty soft, but it's not too soft. So what we are doing now, guys, so see this beautiful bottom. To have this beautiful bottom of the turtle, we will need to have some stitches, to cast on some stitches here. So we have 1 stitch here, and then we will create or cast on stitches using these stitches on the bottom. So we have this chain, see, it consists of 2 parts, bottom and top of the chain of the stitch, but we will be using this bottom stitches of the previous row. So this is a stitch already. See the stitch is coming out kind of. So insert your finger, grab working yarn and pull a new stitch out. chain, next stitch, pull out. So pull out all the stitches that you see under the chain, and don't use the chain stitches, because this way the chain will be beautifully on the bottom of the turtle pillow. You're just using this stitches underneath the chain. So here we are, almost there. One more stitch. Here we are. So now we will be knitting 2 more rows. Just simply knitting this stitches that we just cast on, and that will give us the belly of the turtle. So this will be really beautiful. Not really big one, and if you want to make it bigger, guys, you just start with more stitches, okay? So see, we had 2 rows total, 1 and 2, and we can already close it. For the closing, we will cut the tail over here about 10-15 inches, depending how much you want to keep. Make a knot on the end, cut. And now we will be inserting this tail inside each stitch from inside out. It's just simply inserting it from inside out. Here we are. So one more stitch, and we connected them all, pull, and now insert this tail inside the 2 stitches that already had the yarn through before. This way you connect it in a really beautiful pillow. See what we have? Now you can simply attach this yarn to any stitches, go underneath, and then inside this loop. This way you secure this tail, and now you can simply insert it inside, hiding it. Here we are. So this is the bottom of our turtle. This is the top. Look how beautiful it is. See this beautiful chain? That will be the bottom of the turtle body. Okay, guys, so now when we have this ready, we will start working on our head. For the head, let's make a knot and cut the tail close to the knot. What we are doing now, we're taking our pillow and we are starting knitting the head from the bottom of the turtle top. So how we are doing it? We are simply placing the yarn here, and then we will need to find these 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, that we will be using, and we will be going again underneath the chain. So find the stitch underneath the chain, and then grab working yarn, pull it out. We just made 1 stitch. Now we will do the same here. Find the stitch underneath, grab working yarn, pull it out. 2, and third one over here. So we have 3. What are we doing now? We are knitting 4 more stitches over here on the back. Okay, so we started and added 3 stitches underneath this chain. Now we will be using any stitches here that you can find close to this 3, so it's 4, and I am making them pretty close that the head would not be getting out too far from the bottom of the pillow. So we have 3, 4, 5. And the tail can go inside, out of the way, like that. Now find another stitch here on the bottom and make another stitch. So we have 6, and I will make a stitch number 7, guys, because that will make our head a little bit rounder. Okay, so here we are. See what we have here? We just created the bottom of the head. What are we doing now? We are simply knitting 5, 6 rows. Depends how tight you're knitting. If you're knitting really tight, then probably 5 will be enough. If you're knitting a little bit on the looser side, then probably 6. So here we are, just simply knitting around, and that will give us a head. If you want to make a head smaller or bigger, you can make a smaller number of stitches. You can make them 6. So for this number of stitches on the top of the turtle, I think 7 is the best number. So here we are. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try one more. And you can easily see where you started the row because you started from here. So that will be where we started, and then we will finish the same way. So let's see. We have 5 rows, knitting pretty tight, so I think it will be enough. Here we are. So this will be our head. What do we do now? We are cutting again a tail about 10 inches or so. That will be to connect the head, the top of the head, make a knot, cut the tail, and now let's attach those eyes before we will close the head. So let's put them somewhere over here. Right? They're looking good. A little bit too close. Here, like that. So this one's actually pretty easy to do, I think. So what you're doing, you are using this pin, and then you're going underneath, and you are simply twisting it, and that's how it's connecting. And it doesn't want to do it. Oh, it's very small. Yeah. Doesn't want to do it. Oh. Okay, here. I think you're not twisting it, you're actually pinching it, and then it just stuck there for good. So one is ready, and let's attach the other one. So you simply put in this little top on the top of the bottom of the pin, and then push it. So here we are. We have 2 beautiful eyes. Now we need some stuffing for the head, and it doesn't need to be too much because it will be, if it's too much, it will be like it's doing now, it will be too wide between the stitches, like that. So here we are, we put some stuffing here. What are we doing now? We are simply connecting this opening. The same way, guys, very simple. Take this tail and insert it in all the stitches from inside out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we connected them all, and now make sure to go inside this 2 previous stitches that we inserted the working yarn before. This way it will give you this beautiful connection, and then insert this yarn, tail of the yarn inside the opening. Here we are. So this is our beautiful head, guys. Just spread it out nicely. Here we are. We are now ready to make some legs, or whatever they call it, a turtle. So place the turtle in front of you like that, and then we will be making legs here and here and here, little tail. So let's make a small knot. So this is the tail. We will skip a stitch over here, and we will find the stitch, the next stitch underneath this chain. The same way as we did here, grab that stitch and insert your hand, grab booking yarn and pull it out. Here you go. Now do the same under the chain, find the stitch and grab booking yarn, pull it out. 2, and then we will do number 3. Number 3 here. It's pretty tight here, guys, so because it's a chain and we are using the stitch underneath the chain, or at least I'm trying to find it. Here we are. So we have now 3 stitches. So now the tail can go inside. We don't need this tail. Okay, so what we do now, we are simply knitting 2 rows with these 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then another row. 1, 2, 3. So see what we have in here? We have this beautiful leg forming. Now these 2 we will knit together. This will decrease the amount of stitches to 2, and then we will knit this row one more time. It will be 2, and now we will knit these 2 together. Here we are, and now cut the yarn, make a knot, cut the tail. The tail goes inside this last stitch. Here we are. This is the first leg. It's ready. Now this tail simply goes underneath any of these videos, guys, okay? So 1 and 2. Just tuck it in nicely and like that. See, you will not really see it. So our first leg is ready. Let's go and make another one. And it will be completely the same. Make a knot, cut the tail, leave 1 stitch here, and then we will use next 3, so approximately over here. The next stitch to under the chain, leave a little bit of a tail because it's easier to tuck in the tail, and then it should be the stitch right under the chain. So try to find that stitch right under the chain. Here we are, and we got some of the stuffing out. So this goes inside, you don't need it. So 3 stitches, the same, guys. So what we're doing, we're knitting 2 rows of these 3 stitches. 1 and 2. Now we are knitting these 2 together, and second stitch, then knit the next row of 2. 1, 2, and then these 2 knitted together, and we have only 1 stitch left. Cut the tail about 5, 6, 8 inches, make a knot, cut the tail. This working yarn goes inside this last stitch, and our second leg is ready. And now we just tuck it in underneath, under any stitch that it wouldn't be really noticeable, like that. And we can tuck it in more here. Okay. Okay, so 2 legs already. Here we are, guys. Look, we're almost there. So now we need to make 2 more legs for the back. Those legs will be smaller a little bit. You can make them the same size. It's up to you. Let's turn this turtle on the other side. Here we are. So you can make the tail first. This way you will see better where to make the back legs. So this is the center. We will make 1 stitch here. Insert your hand under the chain, grab working yarn and pull it out. This goes inside. You don't need this tail. Where is it? Here. You have just 1 stitch here. See? What we're doing now for the tail, just simply knit that 1 stitch 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now cut the yarn, make a knot, cut the tail. Working yarn goes inside, and we just finished it. This is our tail, and now just tuck in the tail underneath. Here we are. Beautiful tail. And now we will make 2 legs on the back. The same, I'm making a knot, and I will skip 1 stitch here that it would be not too close to the tail, and then I'm going underneath the chain, find the stitch, grab working yarn, pull it out, and the same, make 2 stitches. This we're making 3 here, we're making 2 here. The tail goes inside. We are knitting 1 row, we are knitting 2 rows, and we are knitting 3 rows. So see, this leg will be much smaller. So now 3 rows, guys, and now we will knit these 2 guys together to finish, and then cut the tail, make a knot. Almost done. Working yarn goes inside last stitch, and then it goes underneath. Tuck it in to hide the tail, and now let's make the last but not the least leg. Again, making a knot, cutting the tail, skipping 1 stitch, and then we will use this too. So we will insert our hand or finger underneath this chain here. This can go right away inside, and then take another stitch over here. It's pretty tight. Okay, and here we are. 2. Now we are knitting 3 rows. 1, 2, and 3. Have 3 rows, and now these 2 are knitted together. Cut the tail, make a knot, cut the tail of the knot, and then this tail goes inside the last stitch, and then the tail should be tucked in on the back of this last leg. Again, the chenille yarn is very fluffy and forgiving. You will not really see it when it's tucked in. Here you go. So here we are, guys. This is the bottom of the turtle. This is 2 front legs, 2 back legs, and this is the tail. And let's see how it looks on the top. Oh, we just lost our tucked in tail. Somehow it's untucked, so we can tuck it in again. Here you go. Okay, so here we are. This is our beautiful turtle, Again, if you don't have these buttons, just simple pieces of black or darker yarn will work. So this is our turtle. This is another one, a friend. Look at this beautiful pillow. It's a really nice project. You can do it with your child, and you can make it for your child. They will really like it. Turtles, incredibly cute creatures. So again, you will need 2/3 of the skein of one color, about half of the skein of another color, and some stuffing, and about maybe 30 minutes of your time. So you can find this yarn at BeCozi.net. This video will be sold as DIY knitting kit, and you can also purchase the video separately. It will not be for free. We have 44 colors of solid colors of chunky chenille, and we have many variegated colors too. So check out BeCozi.com. Stay warm and be cozy. Hey guys, my hand knitting book is ready for you to purchase. It can be purchased at BeCozi.com and on Amazon, and also available as a Kindle. It's a perfect gift for yourself or your loved one. It's the most unique gift and book on the knitting market.